evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us tonight. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badhun Das. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and IS certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student job seeker, job holder, and also for learner the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. RGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our future drives. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, our quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Trade on Portfolio website, Resume Builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game, website, free course, converse sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, offline and online courses for youth and learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the we represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. RGP members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continuous improvements so that individual using information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. You already completed 1,727 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. You already completed 1,727 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker participant evaluation at this moment, this is very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for us with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join it on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you report for certification. You have to take part in one exam. For that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download a certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download any tax registration certificate from our website within minutes. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influences in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of IGP Knowledge Campaign 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Digital Customer Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Obviously also Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trend and Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension and Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Arctic Teaching Association Program in the Earth, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000+ international level quiz with verified certificate. teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 student services website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical issue, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solve all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your data for all of the details. It's Korean literacy check all button and pages on our website. She like and say will benefit. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. Today we are going to start our 1728th webinar, which name is Knowledge Management, and today our speaker name is Dr. Samia Ismail Sheikh. She is from Palestine. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, ma'am, wants to share a very little bit about her. Executive Manager in Ministry of Education and Higher Education, Palestine. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening for everybody.
Ma'am, the stage is yours. You can start your presentation now.
Okay. Thank you very much. Will you please pass the slides for me? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening for everybody, for our knowledge seekers all over the world. It's nice to meet you again. My name is Dr. Sam Ismail Sheikh. I'm a manager in the Ministry of Education and Higher Education, and I'm from Palestine. So pleased to be one of the great IGP members. So pleased to be one member of them. Thank you very much for attending now with us. My lecture today is entitled Knowledge Management. Knowledge management, or KM, is a procedure involving the organization or management of a company's information or knowledge. It includes gathering, sharing information or knowledge. It includes gathering, sharing, developing, and administering all the information possessed by an organization in such a way that the best use of that knowledge or information can be made. According to the concept of knowledge management, knowledge too is an important asset for any company, and it must be used effectively to bring about positive changes and further profitability. Some of the knowledge assets possessed by your organization include databases, reports, documents, files, financial statements, procedures, policies, and even experience of all workers. Will you please pass the slide for me? The next one. Okay. The concept of knowledge management focuses primarily on the important objectives of a business, including change, innovation, gaining the competitive edge over others, improving performances, utilizing knowledge, as well as the sharing of distributing things learned throughout the workforce. The next. Even in spite of the importance of knowledge management, most organizations do not have strategies or ways to implement it and use it to their benefit. This is especially important for small-scale companies that may not consider it crucial or devote time and resources of distribution and utilization of knowledge. In the next slide, we are going to know what is the history of knowledge management. 2 decades ago, in the year 1990, the concept of knowledge management first surfaced when it was in the form of formal apprenticeship discussion forums, corporate libraries, on-the-job discussions, mentoring programs, as well as training sessions. But as technology began to advance and computer systems were being widely used, several changes in the definition of knowledge management started taking place. It was in the year 1999 that the term personal knowledge management was first introduced, and this term focused on management of knowledge on a more individual level. Later, in the next slide, later the importance of knowledge management was further praised upon and started being accepted by organizations as a part of strategy and measurement. Business started realizing that the application of this concept could help them drive cultural change and can speed up the process of learning. Today, it is a known fact that knowledge management can offer separate advantages and benefits not only to organizations as a whole, but also to individuals. In the next slide, we are going to know some of the benefits of effective knowledge management. As you see in this picture, you can, in brief, we are going to say the benefits of effective knowledge management. And from the left, encouraging it, first of all, it encourages collaboration. Second, it allows faster decision making. Number three, it avoids application of effort. Number four, prepares for crisis. And finally, enables digital transformation. And these are some of the effect or the benefits of effective knowledge management. In the next slide, we are going to know the importance, or we are going to talk about the importance of knowledge management. Every day, your business receives a huge amount of data and information, while some of this data may not be important at all. Other pieces of information or knowledge could be crucial. It is this data or information that can be utilized to take critical decisions and enable certain employees to improve their overall knowledge and skills. This is why it is very important to store the information and make it accessible for the future course of the business. This is where the importance of knowledge management systems enters the picture. It is the knowledge management systems that enable you to store the data, manage it, and distribute it among the workplace whenever needed. About the four components of knowledge management. The previous one. Okay. The four components of knowledge management: knowledge acquisition, knowledge storing, knowledge sharing, and knowledge utilization. Knowledge is of two types: tacit and explicit knowledge. Tacit knowledge is embodied in the minds of the individuals, and it comprises beliefs, mental models, values, and norms of behavior. But explicit knowledge is codified in the form of document, processes, procedure, and manual, and is very easy to share. Now we are going to talk in the next slide about knowledge management systems. A knowledge management system is a system that is used for the application as well as the utilization of knowledge management within your organization. Such a system is considered just one part of the overall concept of knowledge management, but is an important part. Knowledge management systems are of many types, and the main purpose they fulfill is that of storing as well as retrieving important data, information, and knowledge. Some of the other purposes they serve include the collaboration of data, locating various sources of knowledge, enhancing the knowledge management process, and data mining. In the next slide, a knowledge management system also can enable your business to make better business decisions, but this does not make it similar to business intelligence in any way, where on the hand, business intelligence focuses on explicit knowledge. Knowledge management systems include both explicit and implicit knowledge. The term knowledge management system is mostly used to refer to IT systems that consists of several software modules linked to a central user interface. A knowledge management system can not only help you to train new staff and conduct their orientation, but also to promote sales. In the next slide, there is a list of some of the different categories or types of KM systems. The first one is content management systems, then semantic networks, then groupware systems, then simulation tools, then the internet, the intranet, and extranet. In the next slide, the completion of them are artificial. In the next slide, please. The artificial tools, the completion of the list is, in the next slide, artificial intelligence tools, data warehousing, data mining, document management systems, decision support systems. In the next, we are going to know some of the points of importance of these systems. The importance of these systems, first of all, creates knowledge and learning-based organizations. One of the main benefits of having a knowledge management system is that it helps to make learning a habit and routine for your organization and creates a kind of a culture at your workplace which is inclined towards self-assessment as well as self-improvement. The knowledge gained through the process of knowledge management systems make use of experience to improve processes and streamline operations. The next slide, please. The next slide, and the next one also. The next one. The next one. Secondly, it makes way for innovation and workplace changes. This is the second importance of management of knowledge management system. It also makes way for innovation and workplace changes. Managing knowledge regularly and actively through knowledge management systems also makes way for innovation and cultural change. It enables workplace employees to express their ideas and use creativity to perform tasks. Number 3, from the importance of the knowledge management systems or system, it makes way for better decision making, and this is very important in any organization. The huge database of information and knowledge is nothing less than an assist to wealth for your organization. Storing and then processing of this data can help you make some important decisions in an easier manner. When your manager or other employees have access to knowledge through a knowledge management system, they are more capable of making much more informed choices. And the next importance is implementing knowledge management systems. We're going to know how to implement a knowledge management system. Now that you understand what knowledge management is and what is the importance of knowledge management systems, it is time to know how to implement these systems in your workplace to gain the maximum benefits. Without the application of KM systems, your organization may be wasting resources and time on reinvention of knowledge and spending a great deal of money and time on location or identification of difficult to find information. Thanks to the technological advancement as well as the availability of high-speed networks, your organization has a great opportunity to gather, distribute and utilize knowledge in a way you would have never imagined. There are many software products, processes, and procedures that can enable the effective implementation of knowledge. The following are the steps that you can take to implement knowledge management systems throughout the workplace. The first step in the next slide, the first step is to number 1, is to identify the various business. The first step is to identify the various business issues by conducting an internal analysis of your firm. Unless you know what the problem areas are, you won't be able to align to knowledge or the knowledge management systems with the business goals and objectives. You must thus try to evaluate or assess the variety and quantity of the information that your business has stored in database on the web, as well as that which employees possess through their personal experiences and knowledge. Efforts must be made to do a cost benefit analysis. It's very important. Evaluate the complexity of system structures, get to know training costs, security issues, updating costs, and analyze existing business practices. Step number 2, and the second step, once problem areas, and step number 2, once problem areas have been identified, once the problem areas have been identified, the next step is to prepare yourself, your employees, as well as the entire workplace for your employees as well as the entire workplace for the transition. Application and implementation of KM systems deal with cultural changes at the workplace rather than change in technology alone. Your employees may try to resist the change or may even try to oppose it. To avoid this or deal with it, you must follow a smart or wise approach and bring about gradual changes. Give yourself and your employees time to get slowly to using a new KM system. Provide them with the aid and training to adapt to new systems and make sure this phase is dealt with patience and understanding. In step number 3, you have to get together a dedicated team. That's to say, to make the implementation of knowledge management system successful, a strong team with an experienced team leader is extremely important. You cannot execute the implementation process without putting someone in charge. Getting together a dedicated team helps to streamline the implementation and get a focused approach for reaching the objective. You must bring together a team consisting of a wide range of expertise so that the skills and experience of each team member can be united for a high impact result. The team leader you select must possess strong project management skills, extensive experience, broad knowledge, and top level people skills. He or she must have good leadership qualities and should be able to understand the importance of knowledge management. And step number 4, in the next slide, you have to evaluate technology needs. The next step is to evaluate and assess the various technology needs and then prioritize them. You must try to figure out the various sources of knowledge needed to solve the business problems in order to implement knowledge management systems throughout the workplace. It is imperative to know the potential costs that will be incurred, the expertise and the technology tools that you currently don't possess but would be required. Identification of what is needed and then evaluating what you have already got will help you determine what is missing. Do not jump the gun and purchase expensive technology without discussing it with the core team or concerned individuals. And step number 5, You have to determine the major attributes. Now, the next step involves determining the major aspects to or attributes of knowledge management system. You now need to define the key features by drafting a checklist to make sure that the technology that you will be acquiring will be able to address the business problem and will also enhance the overall profitability. Profitability. The following are some of the key features of key M systems. First of all, open systems are those which enable the employees to have success. Sorry, what happened? Okay. Open system. First of all, open system are those which enable the employees to have access to any information from their current location. Number two, the second one, distributed system are such systems whose components are well distributed across various servers as to enable access of knowledge to various branches of offices of your business across the globe. Then measurable, the system must be measurable in the sense that it must be able to measure who accesses which information from which location and so on. Measurable systems enable better management and analysis of the effectiveness of the overall knowledge management within your organization. In the next slide, and the other components is customizable, or a KM system must be extremely customizable and flexible in order to make way for better usability and better individual experience. Then secure, a KM system must be secure for the threat of the loss of the information, the threat of duplication, and other security issues. In the next slide, in the step number 6, rolling out the building blocks. And in the next slide, please. The implementation process of your knowledge management systems must be a phased out process to ensure that the overall objectives can be divided into smaller goals to ease out the procedure and make it more efficient. The following are some of the building blocks which you can use for successful implementation of KM system at your workplace. Phase number 1, the key features of KM system as follows will be in the next step. In the next slide, please. Phase number, we're going to talk about the key features of KM systems. Phase number 1, this phase involves the search of text-based electronic data sources so as to retrieve advanced information with the ultimate goal of improving on existing knowledge. Phase number 2, this phase requires knowledge mining software as the technology building block in order to improve the process of finding useful knowledge. Then in phase number 3, automated categorization tools can be used to reach the goal of improving the overall speed of categorizing knowledge and improving its accuracy. In phase number 4, the fourth phase involves rolling out of the knowledge warehouses so as to improve security, functionality, and overall performance of knowledge management. In the next slide, and the list of the other phases, in phase number 5, this phase involves allowing users to contribute their knowledge to the knowledge warehouses so as to welcome contribution and expand the database of information. In phase number 6, this is the phase including the pre-building of knowledge maps through knowledge mapping software in order to enable quicker access to knowledge. In phase number 7, and the last one, phase number 7 involves execution of the knowledge directory software to locate those individuals who possess a certain required knowledge. In the next slide, and in step number 7, you are going to link knowledge to people. When your organization is faced with a certain business problem, then help of knowledge databases may be needed. These databases are not just records and reports of existing information, but also solutions for or knowledge possessed by employees. In such a situation, finding out who knows what can be a time consuming, and hence it is better to link knowledge to people in advance and as a part of the overall implementation of knowledge management systems. There are two major ways to do so, and they are given as follows. And the next step is slide, sorry. First of all, a knowledge directory. A knowledge directory helps the employees of your company to find out. And the next slide, please. A knowledge directory helps employees of your company to find out subject-specific experts within the organization so that they can share the knowledge possessed by them. This directory could act as a platform where a user can find out the list of experts who are most capable of solving a particular problem. This very link between people and knowledge makes knowledge management different from other applications that manage explicit knowledge. And the next slide, we're going to talk about content management, and they are also forms of a crucial they also forms a crucial part of knowledge management systems and is another way to link people with knowledge. You must hire content managers, or use the existing ones who will be responsible for gathering information, editing and updating it, as well as ensuring that it is useful and accurate. Maintenance of content or information is of vital importance and can prove to be a lot of importance when an employee is looking for certain data for a project or for finding a business solution. Content management also forms a crucial part of knowledge management systems and is another way to link people with knowledge. As I said, you must hire content managers, use the existing ones who will be responsible for gathering information. In the next slide, step number 8, the next 2 slides, please. The next one, the next slide, yes. And step number 8, launch the KM system. With the help of sufficient amount of funding as well as important resources, the implementation of knowledge management systems can be achieved. Now that you know what your goal is, and now that you have addressed the cultural issues and met technology needs, it is time to launch the program. Once the program is launched, you may come across certain problems, issues, and gaps that you need to address as you move forward. In the next slide, we are going to talk about the tools of a knowledge management. What is a knowledge management tool? It is a knowledge management tool stores information, keeps it organized, and allows users to search and interact with it. Organizations use them to share information both externally and internally. Externally and internally, a knowledge management tool can also work as a learning management tool, a customer relationship management tool, or simply a knowledge base. And in the next slide, we are going to know the feature set of it. Here are the features to look for when choosing a knowledge management tool. Document, first of all, document management. Digital document management refers to how the software stores files. This is say, or for example, it keeps a track of document versions and who made changes. This feature helps to provide an audit trail, for all your documents. Number two, knowledge base. Knowledge bases are computer systems that contain structured and unstructured information. You can use them to store your business documentation, processes, tutorials, and content archives. For example, number three, in the next slide, centralize. In the next slide, please. Will you please pass it for the next slide? Centralized knowledge source. In the next slide, number three, centralized knowledge source. One of the most important, the next one, number three, the next one, slide, the next slide, yes. One of the most important functions of knowledge management software is to securely contain your company knowledge and make it accessible to all the right people. Employees should know where to look for information and be confident that the documents they find are current and new. In the next slide, you are going to search functionality. The search functionality helps employees find the information they are looking for. To do that, a search function has to be able to crawl through the knowledge management system, email digest, and other third-party tools to deliver any result that could be related to the information people are seeking. And number five in the five component is, or the fifth component, sorry, is collaboration capabilities. The knowledge management tools allows users to share, exchange, and interact with documents. This makes collaborative work and communication easier. In the next slide, please. Yes, the next slide, please. Yes, a good knowledge management tool allows users to share, exchange, and interact with documents. This makes collaborative work and communication easier, as different people and teams can reduce back and forth and be more efficient. Then collaboration features create a system of interconnected apps and help you avoid rising redundant tools. They also make a human error less likely, save your team tremendous amounts of time, and increase data security. In the next slide, in communication channels, good knowledge management systems also function as communication hubs. Hence, they have both static and dynamic communication options that enable efficient knowledge sharing. Then static communication is unilateral, whereas dynamic communication allows people to actively propose feedback and insights. Then number seven, life cycle management. Life cycle management features in the next slide. And number seven, life cycle management features notifies you. And the next slide, please. A life cycle management features notifies you when it's time to update content and automatically achieves outdated content. Number eight, you are going to pass 2 slides, please, to number 8, content and user analytics. Content and user analytics allow you to gain insight into the most viewed pages and channels, then the most engaging posts, then the MVP of content contributors, then the most search for keywords. Then leadership can use this information to understand what and how employees are searching, as well as what content or features will help them boost engagement. Number 9, pricing. Your knowledge management tool needs to fit within your budget, both in terms of costs of purchase and ongoing maintenance. Knowledge management tools usually offer different pricing packages, which include different features and add-ons. Pricing can also depend on the number of users. Number 10, security. When you are working with all kinds of information, blog posts, customer data, contracts, and policy documents, you need a way to protect the content. The best knowledge management systems offer enhanced security features such as secure cloud-based storage, ISO 27001 certification, and GDPR compliance, AML authentication, and to enable the use of SS single sign-on. Data minimization. Then number 11, integrations. If your company already works with third-party tools, you don't have to replace them just because you invested in a new knowledge management software. Integration features such as the availability of an API can help you connect your new knowledge management tool with other software applications you use. Will you please pass it for the title Best Knowledge Management Tools for 2023? We search for the knowledge management tools that we believe offer the best features. Here's what we found. First of all, best for knowledge base, internal communications, document management. And notable customers, Randstad, Circlite, Pinterest, Decathlon, Virgin Red, Doctolib, State Auto, One Goal, Marketa, Trimble, and Mind Density. Hippo is a social intranet and a knowledge management tool that combines collaboration, communication, and a knowledge base in one system. It integrates seamlessly with Microsoft 365, Google Workplace, and the third-party tools your company already uses. Hapua improves knowledge management while stimulating productivity. You can easily attach Google Drive or OneDrive documents to channel posts and then share them directly in Slack or Teams. Then we are going to talk about key knowledge management features. Will you please pass more one slide, please? Yes, thank you. Key knowledge management features: universal search, or to browse throughout the entire platform, but also through your email or files in Google Workplace and Microsoft 365. A federated search for searching across all company tools and databases, then intranet pages to host static communication, intranet channels for posting, commenting on, and engaging in conversations. Lifecycle management to archive outdated content or remind you to update it. In the next slide, Google Workplace and Microsoft 365 integration to make collaboration seamless, then templates for blogs, new or any type of content to publish in channels, then analytics to report on the metrics that matter, then right management to make sure that the right people have access to the right content, then custom branding to keep the experience cohesive and consistent for employees. In the next slide, factors that influence knowledge management. The next one also, pass it for the next slide, please. Yes, factors that influence knowledge management. The next slide, please. The three more important factors, yes, factors that influence knowledge management. The three most important factors that influence the management of knowledge are knowledge distribution, organizational change, and organizational learning. Knowledge sharing is an integral part or stage in the KM process. The major components on interest in organizational learning are learning acquisition, learning knowledge sharing, and knowledge utilization. Interestingly, this corresponds also to most definitions of knowledge management given by acclaimed scholars and practitioners. When an organization learns and keeps stock of what it has learned through individual, groups, and organizational level interaction, it is said to be a learning organization. In the next slide, we're going to talk about barriers to knowledge management, technological barrier. In the next slide, we are going to talk about barriers. Okay, the next slide, please. Yes, content barrier. A lot of innate skill and creativity is required to be able to transform tacit knowledge into explicit knowledge. Some ICT apparatus and processes are not easy to explain. This therefore acts as an impediment to knowledge sharing. Example could include authorized exchange of information through software within the organization. Barriers in routines and procedures. Some processes or procedures are not practically applicable in all situations. For instance, regular sectional review. Furthermore, most other procedures like human resources manuals are not rigidly followed because they are cumbersome and mostly prepared by external consultants. Some routines, like every midday joint coffee breaks among the staff, may not be recognized or strictly followed by all employees, which makes them unreliable. In the next slide, we're going to talk about barriers in routines and procedures. Some processes and procedures are not practically applicable in all situations. For instance, regular sectional review. Furthermore, most other procedures like human resources manuals are not rigidly followed because they are cumbersome and mostly prepared by external consultants. Some routines like every midday joint coffee breaks among staff may not be recognized or strictly followed by all employees, which makes them unreliable, as we said. Then, barriers in organization. In the next slide, please. We're going to talk about barriers in organization, and organization executive may create an organizational structure that is favorable to him alone and which coincidentally facilitate the sharing of knowledge without having the interests of the organization at heart. This may hinder knowledge management because other employees are not carried along in the design of such an organizational structure, but even the structures are multi-layered, polyvalent, and often contradictory and may be invisible even to those who inhabit them. In the next slide, we are going to talk about barriers in personnel. Individual behavior characteristics account for most of challenges encountered in the course of managing human resources as a major organizational assist. For example, for effective management of organizational intellectual resource, individuals in the organization must view knowledge in the crucial capability of their organization. Otherwise, it will be extremely difficult for organization to develop the intellectual competences of the workers. And the next slide, there are several other individual factors. For example, lack of interpersonal relationship, lack of organizational trust, skills, and time inadequacy, as well as organizational level factors that might hinder organizational members from distributing or sharing knowledge. More importantly, research has also shown that the type of leadership an organization has interpersonal helping and on self-efficacy increases the desire and or intention to share knowledge. In the next slide, the correlation between organizational culture and knowledge sharing is indeed an obvious one because an encouraging environment with shared core norms and value orientation might be positively related to increased knowledge sharing among employees in the scene in the sense that knowledge distribution practices more often than not underlie an organization's cultural expectations. In the next slide, and the next two slides, the next, please, next one. Secondly, if the structure of the organization is not innovation friendly, knowledge management is bound to fail. Inadequate skills and the use technology can be corrected through effective training and the provision of usable technology. Furthermore, there should be all-round discussions on the subject matter of knowledge management in order to create awareness among organizational members. Also, organizational members must be encouraged to share information with other members, especially in areas of their core competences, by creating personal incentives. Spila and Kovac investigated the factors that promote organizational knowledge sharing, and their findings show that personal inclinations, technology, and organizational variables are factors that help in predicting an organization's knowledge sharing orientations. The next two slides, please. We have reached the conclusion. The last slide, please. To conclude, knowledge management focuses on gathering, organizing, and analyzing the knowledge base of individuals and groups across the organization in a way that an organization can benefit through enhanced organizational performance. Many organizations devote a lot of attention to the system of transferring best practices, experiences, and knowledge, as well as increasing the knowledge base of their organizations. Knowledge management is the product of tacit knowledge, or what may be called undocumented ideas or experience, and explicit knowledge that are captured in documents as information. The last slide, please. It is from the knowledge management information base that knowledge that is stored is shared between individuals, teams, as well as the whole organization. Knowledge management is not limited to information creation and storage, because information that is stored needs to undergo certain processes before can be shared or utilized. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you have got the information you are seeking for. Thank you. Pleased to meet you today. Thank you very much. I have finished. Please, miss, I have finished.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and go together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now
Thank
it's
you.
time for our question and answer
Welcome.
session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Our first question is from Liu team. What is the purpose of knowledge management system? Why is it important to capture and manage knowledge? How might an organization manage tactic knowledge?
Okay, I talked about the importance. It's a good question, and sorry, I'm going to make it bigger. Yes. What is the purpose of knowledge in management system? It is very important, as I talked in my presentation. I talked about the importance of it largely. In fact, I'm going to need to say it once more. Sorry. Yes. It's very important to use it, and every day your business receives, as I said, a huge amount of data and information. Any information or any organization needs a big amount of data, while some of this data may not be important at all. Other pieces of information or knowledge could be crucial. It is this data or knowledge that can be utilized to take critical decisions and enable certain employees to improve their overall knowledge and the skills. This is why it is very important to store the information and make it accessible for the future course of the business. This is where the importance of knowledge management systems enters the picture. It is the knowledge management systems that enable you to store the data, manage it, and distribute it among the workplace whenever needed. Then this is the importance of knowledge management and the importance of the system of knowledge system. This is the importance, and also you are. It is used. The system is used as an application as well as the utilization of knowledge management within your organization, such as a system considered. It is considered just one part of oral or concept of knowledge management, but it's not. It is an important part. It is very important because knowledge management systems are of many types, and you can use them for storing the information, for retrieving the information, for storing, for enhancing the knowledge management process, and data mining. This is why is it very important, and also it enable your business to make better business decisions. But this doesn't make it similar to business intelligence, as I said, in any way, where on one hand business intelligence focuses on explicit knowledge. Okay. And for the second question, what is important to capture and knowledge, how might an organization manage tactic knowledge? Okay, this will need, and the last question is this will need a full lecture to talk about it. But why is it important to capture knowledge? It's very important to be updating to all information and knowledge all over the world concerning our business, so as to be successful in our business. Several software modules linked to a central use intra-fields and knowledge management also system, or the systems can not only help us to train new staff and conduct our orientation, but also they promote sales and they promote our products. And so you are going to capture and knowledge everything, or to know everything about technology and artificial intelligence, because it is very important, because technology is needed today. In the previous days, we used to identify knowledge management, but today we must, or we should use technology to be successful in our business. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Flummy. Hi, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. What are the key challenges in knowledge management? Thank you.
Okay. There are many challenges, in fact, for using knowledge management, and I talked about some of them, about the barriers. Barriers are also, we can say that they are obstacles, or they are challenges. But I'm going to talk about other challenges, in fact, concerning content barriers. There is often we have to say that there are some or many barriers we face when we use knowledge management, such as content barrier. A lot of innate skills and creativity is required to be able to transform tacit knowledge into explicit knowledge. There are barriers in routines and procedures. Some procedures are not practically applicable in all situations. Barriers also in organization. An organization executive may create an organizational structure that is favorable to him alone, and which is not facilitate, or he cannot share his ideas with the others, and so it will be a barrier in the organization. Also in personnel, barriers in personnel, individual behavior characteristics account for most of the challenges that encountered in the course of managing human resources as a major organizational assist. Secondly, another barrier, we can say that there's however, even when the support and there are several other individual factors. For example, let's just say lack of interpersonal relationship, lack of organizational trust, skills, and time inadequacy, as well as organizational level factors that might hinder or make obstacles for organizational members from distributing or sharing knowledge. More importantly, some researches show that the type of leadership in an organization has interpersonal helping, or it may hinder the leadership itself, may hinder the work or the business inside the organization. The organizations. These are some challenges and barriers, and also, in fact, it also needs another lecture to talk about these challenges, but I'm going to talk about them. For example, getting employee buy-in. Employees are resistant to change. In fact, plus habits in general are difficult to change. Once employees have a particular way of completing their work, they often don't want to veer from that process. They hate a change, and so they will be a challenge. Then getting senior leadership buy-in. A culture of knowledge engagement starts from the top down. However, senior leaders can also be slow and adopting new technology, and as it doesn't always directly fit into their day-to-day responsibilities. Executives tend to focus a big picture strategy items and may assume that knowledge management doesn't apply to their roles. And when employees notice that leaders and managers aren't using technology, they may follow suit, slowing the overall technology adoption. Another challenge is technology fatigue. As technology advances and employees are constantly asked to learn new systems, they can experience technology fatigue and feeling it with boring. Many employees find it difficult to focus on their job duties and complete them efficiently when they are continually being asked to update current technology and adopt new tools. To add to this, employees can be also skeptical about using knowledge management technology if they are seeing digital transformation efforts fail in the past. After all, why invest time and effort into learning new tools if the company will eventually revert back to the original processes? And then information overload also is another challenge. Further into the implementation of your new knowledge management technology, you may face a new challenge, navigating an ever-growing wealth of knowledge within your platform. By design, you want to accumulate that knowledge. However, the more content that's stored in your platform, the more challenging it can become for employees to quickly find the information they need. And it is even worse if your platform uses a folder-based system like Google Drive or SharePoint. If your workers don't understand the organizational taxonomy, they will likely struggle to access the right information and may even end up finding and using outdated resources. These are some of the challenges we may, or the leadership may face or encounter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Bhalanuraga. How is knowledge management in SPED?
This will be by encouraging employees to share what they know by making the documentation process as easy as possible. Consider developing templates they can use for common types of content so that you are not starting from scratch. And when it's practical, let employees choose the documentation format and make the most sense for them. For example, some employees might refer recording how to video instead of writing a step-by-step guide. Team leaders should also consider including knowledge documentation to their team members' job descriptions. This makes it clear that sharing is a priority, not afterthought. That's all.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
thank
ma'am,
you.
for your answer. There is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new day. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
Okay, I'm going to leave. Thank you very much.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, start with the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So, to join the quiz, you have to go www.slido.com and the quiz code is 270-449. I repeat the code 270-449. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Knowledge management optimize knowledge ecosystem. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. The leaderboard Bharanaga is holding the first position. Our second question is knowledge management. Option 1 is structured. Option 2 unstructured. Option 2 is the right answer. 36% people are right here. The leaderboard Flami is holding the first position. Option 3, our 3-number question is knowledge management. Option 1 KMT. Option 2 KM. Option 2 is the right answer. 70% people are right here in the leaderboard. Flami is holding the first position. Our fourth question is knowledge management, the ability of a manager to understand what is known in the organization. Option 2 is the same as information management. Option 1 is the right answer. 87% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our fifth question is knowledge management. Option 1 to learn and share knowledge. Option 2 to collect, organize, and translate information. Option 2 is the right answer. 78% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our sixth question is knowledge management. Share knowledge to whom? Option 1 manager and staff. Option 2 employee, manager, and customers. Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Our seventh question is what is knowledge management? Option 1 the process of knowing everything and letting other in. Option 2 capturing, distributing, and using collected expertise. Option 2 is the right answer. 96% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Shamim is holding the first position. Right question is knowledge management. Option 1 knowledge dimensions. Option 2 knowledge acquisition. Option 2 is the right answer. 57% people are right here. The leaderboard from is holding the first position. Our second last question of the session is knowledge management. Option 1 the ability of a manager to understand what knowledge is. Or option 2 it wasted if it cannot be extant during critical periods. Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. The leaderboard from is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is knowledge management. Option 1 how employee learns to manage their time. Option 2 how people and firms recall what worked and what didn't work. Option 2 is the right answer. 83% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We have top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause that never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, I again want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.